An outside investigation prepared for the Coweta County School Board found no wrongdoing by the board or school system employees during a bid process to install new synthetic turf fields.
Yeah, the year-long $114,000 investigation by attorney Bob Wilson and Kerry Ware was highly critical of one school board member, Linda Menk, who questioned the bid process itself. And senior Fox 5 I-Team reporter Dale Russell has reported about that bid, says the report contains a mistake that critics say makes the findings flawed. Dale.
Russ, the Coweta School Board voted to conduct the investigation after a local citizen accused them of bid rigging. Now, that accusation followed an I-Team investigation of how the bid was won and how much money it cost Coweta County taxpayers.
We want to know why was this done the way it was done.
Following our report, attorney Josh McCoon drafted a letter to the school board on behalf of citizen activist Hank Ashmore, calling the bid process bid rigging and a conspiracy to defraud a political subdivision of the state.
I take this letter and its content as both a professional and a personal attack.
The school board fought back and voted to hire an outside law firm to investigate the allegations. The board hired former DeKalb District Attorney Bob Wilson and his law partner Kerry Ware. The Wilson-Ware report found no evidence of bid rigging or fraud and pointed out that attorney McCoon and his client Hank Ashmore provided nothing in the way of evidence, and both refused to speak to Wilson or Ware.
Let's just delay it.
The findings were no surprise to the only school board member who criticized the bid, Linda Menk.
Oh, I expected it.
You expected it?
Oh, absolutely.
Our earlier I-Team investigation found the county used specifications for the kind of turf they wanted that closely matched one company's product, field turf. The Wilson-Ware report agreed, finding the specifications in the request for proposals, or RFP, were very similar to the field turf product. Fife Whiteside is school board member Linda Menk's attorney.
The report seems to make it clear that the RFP was designed in order to pick up the field turf product.
But the Wilson-Ware report found no problem with this similarity because the bid proposals allowed for alternative or substitute turf products, and because cost was such a vital piece of the process, any company that bid with a low price had a chance to win.
Who wrote Wilson's paychecks? Wilson's paychecks were signed by the superintendent.
In the end, only 2 companies submitted bids, and both offered field turf products.
It just appears to me that we're paying through the nose for this.
The Wilson-Ware report harshly criticized Linda Menk, who asked the board to delay the original vote and question the cost of the project. The report accused Menk of gathering information from a field turf competitor, trying to derail the bid and passing it along to Hank Ashmore before he wrote his accusatory letter. The report concluded Menk had a personal agenda to create a scandal.
That's still constitutionally protected speech. She has the right to talk to Ashmore. He has the right to do what he does.
Even if a sitting board member encourages someone to sue the board that she sits on?
In my opinion, I don't think she did that.
Menk earlier complained the county paid more than it should have for those fields. The Wilson-Ware report disagreed. The report concluded that on average, Coweta County paid some $828,000 per field for its 3 new fields, comparable to nearby Cherokee County, who paid on average $823,000 per field for its 5 new fields. But is the report right? The Wilson-Ware report wanted to compare the costs of just the fields without any extra expenses. So for Coweta County, the report didn't include extra costs like track and field construction, lights, and sound systems. But for Cherokee County, the report did include those extra costs, making Cherokee's price tag look similar to Coweta. But is it? We have this breakdown from the Cherokee County contractor who did the actual work. It shows without those extra costs, the Cherokee County fields actually cost on average only $636,000 per field, which means Coweta taxpayers paid on average $187,000 more per field.
The report is flawed. Obviously, I don't like it.
She was right. And, you know, what we said all along, I, as her attorney, and Linda, is that we thought the focus of the report wasn't on trying to figure out if the contract process was irregular. It was about trying to figure out if we could blame Linda for the controversy.
Now, we sent our findings about that cost comparison between Coweta and Cherokee County football fields to Bob Wilson and Kerry Ware. We did not hear back from either one of them, and there was really no comment from the school board, who told us that the report spoke for itself.
$200,000 per field is not a small thing.
That's what it comes out to when we look at the numbers and
Right.
looked at all the extra costs with the two separate counties.
Right.
Obviously, the report sees it differently.
All right, Dale, thank you so much for that report.